On July 29, 2021, 34-year-old Thessalonica Allen frantically calls her ex-boyfriend, Rory Walker, who is the father of one of her two children, and told him that her husband, Randy Allen, had been hitting on his child. In a rage, he immediately made his way to her house to see if he could resolve the issue, but when he got there, he couldn't believe what he saw. As she walked him through the house, Randy was nowhere to be found. When she opened up her daughter's closet door, an awful smell filled the room, and this is when she showed him Randy Allen's dismembered body stuffed in a tote bag. What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome and welcome back to Mysterious Black Bandit. If you've been looking for a channel filled with crime, mystery, and murders, you come to the right place. Going forth, I'll be posting at least 2 to 3 videos a week and sometimes more. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for giving this channel a chance to entertain you. Go ahead and do your boy a solid. Hit that like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these videos. Alright family, let me warn you, there will be some graphic details in this video and I'll do my best to try to cover it up, but just want to warn you that viewer discretion is advised. Now, let's get to the video. On July 27, 2021, while Randy was helping Thessalonica's kids with their homework on the computer, he came across a website that his wife had previously visited. Now, I'm not sure what was on this website, but when he saw it, he became very suspicious, and as soon as she returned home, he confronted her about it. Thessalonica immediately took offense to it and started arguing with him. As they were standing there going at it, the kids became a little worried, so they decided to take the argument to the bedroom. Once that door was shut behind them, they got right back to it, yelling and screaming at one another, calling each other out their name, and at one point, Randy threatened to leave her. Then all of a sudden, a loud bang echoed throughout the house. In a panic, both of the kids ran back to their mother's bedroom to figure out what had happened. And this is when they discovered Randy lying on the floor with a gunshot wound in his back. As he was lying there paralyzed and bleeding, he pleaded with his kids to call 911, but their mother snapped and told them they better not call the police, then demanded them to go to their room. Then later on that night, Thessalonica came into their room, waking them up, then asked them to help drag Randy's deceased body out her room to her car. Afraid and confused, they went into their mother's room where Randy was laying and tried with all their might to help their mother drag his body out her room. But after several attempts, they weren't able to move him far because he was just too heavy. Now, the very next day, Thessalonica came up with a plan to dispose Randy's body. So she went to a hardware store, and within a few hours, she returned home with an axe and cleaning supplies. Then told the kids, help me get his body back in my room. Later on that same day, she walks back into their room and tells them to get up and come help move the body again. But when they got in their room, they noticed that something was different. Their mom had cut off Randy's legs. As the kids were positioning themselves to pick up the body, she grabbed the plastic bag and put both of his legs in, then assisted the kids with placing the rest of the body in a tote bag. She figured that this would make it easier to pick up the body and put it in her car so she could drive it to South Bend and set it on fire. This is when she decided to call her first child's father, Rory Walker. She told him that Randy had been beating on the kids and she was on the way to pick him up so he could handle the issue. But when they got back to her house, she showed him Randy's dead body and told him that she had to do something to stop him from beating on her, so she shot him. She then asked him to help move the body, but he wasn't happy. He told her he didn't want anything to do with it and take him back home. Now, once they made it back to his apartment, she threw the gun out the car and told him to dispose of it, then drove off. At this point, Rory didn't know what Thessalonica was going to do, so he pulled out his phone and reported the murder to the police. As soon as the police got off the phone with him, they searched up her information to find out where she lived, then rushed over to her place to set up a game plan, but Thessalonica was no longer there. So they spoke with the apartment manager to gather any information they could to find her. Then sometime later, she was finally spotted in the parking lot of an Ace hardware store sitting in her vehicle. As they approached her, she immediately started crying and yelling out, "You guys don't understand, he beats me." Now, once she was detained and taken in, she admitted to shooting her husband, but it wasn't the same story they heard. Thessalonica said that she had just returned home when one of the children ran up to her and told her that Randy had been beating on them while she was gone. So after putting her bags down, she confronted Randy, asking him, "Why'd you put your hands on my child?" This caused a huge argument, which eventually led to violence. She said that as they were standing there arguing, Randy got fed up with her mouth and grabbed her by her neck and started choking her. And after seeing that she was about to pass out, he let her go and walked off. But seconds later, she seen him return to attack her again, so she grabbed her gun and shot him. Once she pleaded her case, she then told them that his body was still at her place in a tote bag in her daughter's closet. She then confessed to using an axe to cut off his leg so he would fit in a tote bag because she panicked and didn't know what to do after she shot him. Now, with all that being said, it was a totally different story from what the kids told the investigators. They denied any physical altercation and stated that Randy wasn't abusive. In fact, he was a sweet person. Now, once they searched the home, they did find the axe that she had used to hack off his legs and a knife that appeared to have blood on it. They also found several handwritten notes that appeared to have a checklist on it. The first note stated, get drugs from friend, get Ziploc bag, when Randy showers, get a pawn ticket out of his wallet, put gun/drug in car under seat while in car, then call Hartside and tell them Randy had drugs and gun in the car. But that wasn't the end of it. The second note stated, spray in face, hit in the right knee with hammer, hit with hammer, stab him, roll body up in sheet and plastic bag, then pick up Jay, no phone. Jay follows me to LP, put body in Lincoln with his boost phone, leave Jay here, then take my keys and his keys off the ring. Then the last note stated, go to SB, Jay follows me back to LaPorte, put body in Lincoln, drive to SB, leave body in car while running, Jay brings me back to LP. Now, once the autopsy on Randy was performed, it was revealed that he had a gunshot wound that entered his spinal cord area, which paralyzed him and subsequently caused him to bleed out. In addition to that, both legs were amputated with an attempt on his arm to be amputated. Thessalonica Allen appeared in court the following week and pleaded not guilty after facing more than a half dozen charges that included murder, abuse of a corpse, and child neglect. As of today, she is being held without bail in the LaPorte County Jail in Indiana, and her court date was set for August of 2022, but for some reason it was either canceled or something happened. But as soon as I get an update, I will definitely post another video. Alright family, that will bring this sick video to an end, and I have to be honest with y'all, I don't know exactly what to think about this case. Well, I do, but until the verdict is made, I'll keep my comment to myself. Now the family members, on the other hand, they're hurt to the core.
It's beside themselves.
We're devastated. This was a senseless murder that didn't have to happen.
When I was told, I just started screaming. I lost it. Can you imagine what the kids are going through?
It's just killing me. It's killing me. We don't have that kind of stuff in our family. We love each other. We close. This girl was...
His brother stated that Randy loved his wife with his whole heart and would never abuse her. He said, in fact, it was the other way around. She beat and attacked him in front of their mother and her children just a few months before everything happened, which caused him to leave, but she begged him back. And he believes that the reason she killed him was because he was finally going to leave her for good. Now, although she hasn't been convicted, what do you guys think about this situation? Do y'all believe that she was actually defending herself, or do you think that she was just a lunatic that couldn't fathom Randy living his life without her? Let me know down in the comments what you think. Alright family, listen, y'all go on and like this video and go on and subscribe to this doggone channel. It ain't costing y'all a thing, so go on and tap that thing for your boy. No, I'm just kidding, but as always, I am grateful for you guys watching, and doing your boy that favor would definitely help out. Alright, now y'all go ahead and have a great, nice day or whatever you're gonna do, and until next time, stay mysterious. Oh, God, I can't get it right for nothing. Stay mysterious, my friends.